2 de octubre de 2017. 1:49 a.m. Just dreamt that Dad won half a milli. I wonder what he'd do with such money, especially in these times. 4:37 a.m. I had a terrible night filled with nightmares. Now I'm on a line to take out some money from the bank. Coincidence? I don't think so. 5:09 a.m. When I arrived to this line, I was the last in line. Now I'm the guy in the middle. I can't imagine how this will look like by 8 a.m. when the bank opens. 5:16 a.m. I've noticed that what people mostly do in these lines is talk. They tell stories. I wonder what a compilation of these stories would look like. 5:18 a.m. People fighting in the front, people fighting in the back, all of them complaining about the lack of supplies being brought over here. 5:33 a.m. I can't help but think that the reason why supplies are being extra slow to come by, other than the Jones Act, is because the U.S. suffered from two devastating hurricanes previous to Maria's attack on Puerto Rico, Harvey in Texas and Irma in Florida. Those are two states. Puerto Rico's only a colony. Of course, they'll help out states first, rather than a colony which some people still confuse as being part of Mexico. 6:01 a.m. The three people in front of me talk about their experiences with others who try to cut in line. Most of those stories end in two ways: anger or laughter. 6:26 a.m. An hour and a half left for the bank to open. My back and legs hurt. I read a few pages of King's on writing to distract me from the pain, but it overpowers me. Landy texted me last night that she might join me here. I hope she does. Her kisses might take the pain away. 6:36 a.m. I know there were many lines every day for ice, money, and gas. I've been in two of these, but I didn't know people were madrugando for supermarkets. I should have, though. People are buying essentials every day. Se cae de la mata. 6:39 a.m. The line is already going around the bank and almost reaching the El Mesón next door, and we still gotta wait over an hour for it to open. 6:43 a.m. There's a cute puppy in line. The owners are around my age. It is a very cute puppy. I just hope it doesn't take a shit anywhere near the line. I don't care how cute the puppy is. Shit is shit. And shit always stinks, especially if it's fresh out the asshole. 6:47 a.m. One of the men in front says he's a coffee addict. I bet Landy and him would get along really well. 6:52 a.m. I was gonna write something positive right now, but a car's alarm just started going off. Now I have a headache and the sound of the alarm won't get out of my head. 6:55 a.m. Compared to where other people are in, I guess I'm 44 of the way in the line. There's around 20 to 30 people before me. Hopefully, one came home together. So instead of two people taking out money, there's only one. My only wish is that I can accomplish my mission. Get $500 from my account. 6:58 a.m. Another essential for Puerto Ricans: coffee. Some, like my parents, my love, and some of my friends, get headaches if they don't have at least 1 cup a day. As soon as El Mesón opened its doors, some people from this line compiled money and made the line from El Mesón to buy some of the caffeine-fueled liquid. Heck, I even saw an old man bring a cup holder with 4 coffees. Big ones. Coming this way, the same thing would happen in the line for the ice. People would go to La Panaderia and buy coffee, so they could continue waiting in line. I tell you, coffee, like bread, is a Puerto Rican essential. And when you mix those two, you get a delicacy. 7:07 a.m. I've never understood how there could be morning smokers. It doesn't compute to me. But I guess, while some people need their caffeine, others need their nicotine, and sometimes a mix of both. 7:16 a.m. 45 minutos ya y ya estamos allá, says an old man, and it's true. Ojalá que se vayan rápido esos 45. 7:19 a.m. The sun is out in all its glory, and sadly, some people are getting burned. 7:22 a.m. A lot of cars were parked in front of the bank. The owners were asked to move them. They were obstructing traffic. Now those people are fucked. Pero there's a very clear invisible yellow line, which means they can't park there. Self-inflicted pain. 7:25 a.m. Power plant is on. Bank will open soon. The smell of diesel is strong. 8:10 a.m. They said the bank would open at 8 a.m., but so far nothing's moving. Employees arrive, the power plant is on, but nothing moves. I'm beginning to think they open at 8:30 or 9 a.m. This waiting for over 3 hours in line shit is getting tiring and fast. 3:11 p.m. Spend the second half of my morning and the early afternoon with Michelle. We didn't do much. Most of our time was spent waiting in lines or working, but we tried to make the most of it. We met in La Lola, the high school where we studied, met and fell in love with each other back in 2009. We talked to Dad and bought some coffee at the next door panaderia, where I wish I would have bought some bread because it's delicious. And it's been a while since I ate some of it. We gave Dad his coffee, and on the way I saw some of my old high school teachers, like Hisen, my drama teacher who further expanded my love for theater and film, Esteves, my advanced Spanish teacher who cemented my love for poetry and every form of creative written text, and others like Flores, Luis Rivera, and Lisa Mar Rivera who have always supported my work. It was nice to see so many familiar faces, especially those who at some point helped build who I am today. Eventually, we arrived to my suegra's room, where Michelle and I gave her coffee, and they both had their shots of caffeine. That was Michelle's second, probably my suegra's too. Then we were off to go home and fill all the water gallons Michelle brought from her home. Some were big juice botellones, others were soda botellones, some were even Clorox bottles. In all, it was around 13 to 15. Before going home, we made a few stops. First, Mr. Special, where we checked if there was H2O, some soap for Mom, and Cheetos for Rick. Mission failed. Next was Smart Dollar. Mission also failed. Then it was the Mercado Bakery in Sabana Grande, where we stopped to buy our breakfast/lunch of the day. 2 chicken sandwiches, 1 7-Up for yours truly, 1 coffee, Michelle's third, as I've said it before, it is a Puerto Rican essential. There was another long waiting line, but at least we saw my good childhood friend Emilio. He is currently active in the military due to the crisis at hand. He told me he might send his wife to the U.S. to give birth, depending on how things shape up in a few weeks. She's still not due till February, but he wants her to be safe while he does his job. Michelle and I get our food and went home, where Mom had just arrived, and Rick was taking a nap after waking up at 4 a.m. to be in the line for ice with Dad. I feel his pain. We ate fast as fuck. El hambre era severa. Then I filled all of Michelle's botellones, and 2 by 2 we put them on the car's trunk. Afterwards, we had a chat with Mom, talking about our days and remembering old stories. We eventually left, and were off to her house to leave the botellones, but we made a stop first. Initially, we were going to stop at Napo Vélez, a supermarket in San Germán. But then, we stopped at the Econo next to the bank and El Mesón. Napo was super full, and waiting in another line didn't seem like a fun idea. Regardless, in Econo, we waited in another line, but a shorter one. There we saw Michelle's mom, my suegra, and helped her buy groceries. As they waited in line, I saw one of the items I had sought to buy for a while. Some Cheetos for Rick. They were small bags, but fuck it, I bought 3. That should keep Rick busy for a few days when he eats his double dose of cheese for breakfast. When I got out, Michelle told her mom she had left. Fuck. We could have given her the water-filled botellones de una vez, but no, she just left. I was pissed, I won't lie. But I looked at the positive. I got to spend some time with Michelle. The road to Michelle's house was devastated. She had shown me pictures and videos, but seeing it live is much more powerful. Power poles and cables on the streets, trees and branches too. Even a rock slide which shows part of the river from her area. That's what happens in rural areas when a Category 5 hurricane attacks. They get demolished, and according to Michelle and her mom, the road to Michelle's abuela's house is worse. When we got there, Michelle's mom was behind us, so we thought she would park so we could put the botellones in her car's trunk, but nope, she just left. So Landy and I were fucked. We had to carry all 13 to 15 botellones up the hill to Michelle's house, under the blazing 100-degree sun of a Puerto Rican afternoon. That sucked major hairy King Kong-sized nuts, but the job was done, and it took a good 5 to 10 minutes stand outside of the house, breathing in and out as a victory lap. I tell you, Aire del Monte never felt so goddamn good. Michelle gave me a few cups of water, and even though they were warm, I enjoyed those fuckers. Drank every last drop while I sat in one of the living room's chairs. I stayed for a few minutes, shared a couple smiles and winks with Landy, then left. She was sad, and I could understand. It's getting hard for us to see each other, but I was tired as fuck. I needed some rest. We shared a few kisses and made an agreement to most likely meet on Wednesday when I'll go with her to the Santander Bank at the Mayagüez Mall to wait in yet another line, the checkpoint being Abuela Gladys' home. From there, we could go to the bank in her car. Now, I'm home, writing this story in the form of poetria, tired as fuck, with wind coming at me from both sides of my room. I'm gonna take a shower next, and who knows, probably pop one too. It's been a long day. I need some peace and rest. "4:23 p.m. Fuck yes. Those were the first words that came out of my mouth as soon as the fresh cold water from the shower head hit my hot, stress-fueled body. They were also the first words I yelled after busting one out. 4:27 p.m. Puerto Ricans have a saying that goes like this: La razón por la que antes nacía tanto muchacho es porque no había televisión. I wonder how many Puerto Ricans will be born 9 months from now. 4:30 p.m. This is the third pen I've used in this whole experience. Soon the ink in it will die, making me have to use another. Good thing every time I see a pack of 10 for $1, I always buy them. Good thing I also bought a pack of 96 pens before the storm. They only cost $8. How could I say no? 4:34 p.m. I know I'll sound arrogant when I say this, but fuck it, I'll do it anyway. I think my generation is one, if not the last, to actually appreciate writing with pen/pencil and paper. I pity those who are too accustomed to using the cell phone, computer, or tablet right now. I know those are awesome tools to have, but the 3P combo is irreplaceable. There's something about it that feels unique and comforting, and like the work you're writing is actually your baby. People tell me I'm a notebook addict, and perhaps I am, but hey, I'm a writer, I'm an artist. I write and create 24/7. My mind never stops, and hey, at least this guy doesn't have to cry for help because he needs electricity in order to write, draw, or even paint. 5:33 p.m. Dad arrived. He tells me his day has been hell. Lines after lines, traffic after traffic, and that Maya and Ponce are basically chaos. Rick and Mom arrived with dinner hosted by Church's Chicken, which had no chicken. We continued the new tradition. We eat together in the dinner table as a family. I enjoyed this, despite having to listen to Dad tell Mom and Mom tell Dad the stories I've heard all day. I focus on the positive. The new ritual we're slowly building, something which we barely ever did in the past, because mom and dad have never been the type to stop us from going to our rooms to eat while watching TV or doing whatever. I believe people consider that multitasking to a degree. I eat and listen to the chat, every now and then dropping a comment or a question. We agree on mine and Rick's mission tomorrow. Get a bag of ice. Tomorrow will be another wake up at 4 a.m. and wait in line type of day. Fuck, I say to myself, as I nod to my parents when they ask me to do the mission. 5:50 p.m. I've heard a lot of sirens these past few days, both from ambulances and cops. Most times this means something bad or wrong is happening, but don't be fooled. Sometimes these people we trust with our lives can be power abuser dickheads who use their sirens to get a meal at BK. 6:10 p.m. I will forever cherish the image of my father sitting in a chair in the backyard drinking a beer while he plays with the house dogs. It is a balance of what he currently is, a man in his mid-50s about to retire, who can still act like a youth and enjoy life, even if it's by simply playing with his dogs, enjoying the nice breeze, or banging a salsa rhythm with a beer can he has in his hand. 6:15 p.m. Dad and I sit in the backyard. It's been a long day. We enjoy the nice cold breeze. We are at peace. 6:47 p.m. Trump, or Trumpy as Michelle's dad likes to call him, or Trumpo as mom likes to call him, or Careface as I like to call him, is coming tomorrow to see the situation and help us out. I'll believe it when I see it. That dickhead has been nothing but AIDS towards Latinos and minorities ever since he started running for president. 7:35 p.m. I'm gonna try to get some sleep now, so I can recharge my battery for tomorrow. I bet $1 million I won't be able to sleep well due to nightmares or fear of not waking up on time.